We have a special Wonder Kid to show you guys today. This is someone that's been on my radar for a while, and I thought, you know what, he looks pretty good, but is he amazing? Well, I ended up using him on one of my own saves, and he turned into one of, I'm not even joking, the best players I've seen in the last couple of years of Football Manager at full growth. So I thought we've got to do a Wonder Kid to Superstar on him. He is unbelievably good, pretty good price as well, and will be in pretty much all, if not every single one of your guys' saves. So with that being said, let's kick off this Wonder Kid to Superstar episode, the series where we show you Wonder Kids at the highest end of their potential to see just how good they could be if you signed them in your save. And today's player, like I mentioned, is so special. Before we show him to you guys though, don't forget, if you do enjoy this video, to go ahead and smash the like button for us. It will really give us a massive boost on the YouTube side of things, and subscribe as well if you haven't already. We do daily Football Manager content, so make sure you're not missing out on tutorials, Wonder Kids and tactics. And finally, let me know in the comments down below who you want to see in the next episode of the Wonder Kid to Superstar series. Now that that's all done, let's go and find him. Now this player isn't where you think he might be. He isn't playing for one of the world's biggest clubs. In fact, he's in the second division of Germany for a side that are pretty well respected in the second tier with a 50,000 capacity stadium. This is FC Nürnberg, and in their team they have a 17-year-old by the name of Can Uzun. Now he is a Turkish national who, like you can see already, looks phenomenal at only the age of 17. I've actually seen him represent Germany in some of my saves, and you'll see what happens to him in this simulation, but just look at him right from the off. Firstly, the price, he's going to cost you around £6 million or so, but this is him set to his max potential, so in some of your guys' saves he might be even cheaper. The potential range in question is 140 to 170, so if you get the worst version of him, his maximum potential is going to be 140, which means he'll be a good Premier League player. But if you get a version of him with that 170 max potential, he'll be one of the best players in some of the biggest teams in the world. Now on paper, attributes wise, mentally and physically, he isn't particularly amazing. They're okay, there's some nice attributes in there, but he is only 17, and the physical attributes are going to grow in the next few years, and the mentals will develop over the course of his career. Thankfully though, he is super standout in the technical attributes, with 16 dribbling, 13 finishing, 14 first touch, long shots, free kicks, penalties, passing, technique and vision, combined with that really good flair, make him a fantastic option to be a number 10, whether it's pulling the strings, creating chances for his teammates, or how I like to play my number 10s if they've got good finishing, as a shadow striker. He's a good goal scorer, he's a great creator, and he's only 17. Those technical attributes are better than most players of an age of 25, 26 in their prime. So now what we're going to do is move Can Uzun over to our Real Madrid side and show you exactly what we're going to do to set him up for success. So firstly, the tactic, we're deploying Can Uzun in that shadow striker role on the attack duty, as we mentioned earlier, in a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. No special instructions or anything like that, it's just the preset the game provides with a few of the roles moved around. Now, he is being mentored as well currently by Luka Modric, Dani Carvajal and Fede Valverde, which will hopefully rub off on his personality, which is already pretty good, being a fairly determined personality with 15 determination. But of course, the main part, his training. As always, we're only focusing in on the role he's playing to keep it fair with every single player that we do. For you guys though, if you're looking to improve him, it will depend on a few things. Firstly, if you wanted to make him a creator, i.e. an advanced playmaker or an attacking midfielder, you could potentially work on getting that passing even better than it already is. And if you're making him a shadow striker, you could work on his shooting to get the long shots and the finishing to an even better place. For me though, I like to use my additional focus to work on a weakness in a player's game. He's already got some good traits. His strength and jumping reach and balance I'm not bothered about, they will go up as he gets older. So I think I'd be looking at possibly attacking movement to work on his off the ball work, so you would go for this one here, which would increase his decision making and anticipation too, or you could go for final third, which is one that I always like. That's going to work on the decision making and the composure. I think attacking movement would be better for Can Uzun, at least at the start, and then maybe you can change it, but for the sake of the video we're going to keep it blank. We're now going to simulate a few years ahead to see how he might look on the lowest end of that potential range. And remember, this guy only costs you about 5 million quid. And after a couple of years at the club, Canusen has changed his nationality to Germany, as he does in a lot of your guys' saves. He's added an extra player trait onto himself, and he's now valued at £70 million already at the age of 19, bearing in mind this is only him at the lowest end of his potential. His current ability right now is sitting at about 142, 143, which means he is on the lowest end of that potential. Worst case scenario, when fully developed, this is the kind of player you'll get for your £5 million investment. Fantastic technically, really good physically and mentally as well now. He's really ironed himself out in those areas, but it's those technicals that we have to talk about. 17 dribbling, 15 finishing, 15 first touch, the long shots, the passing, the penalties, the free kicks, the technique. This guy has got it all, and if we focus on him as a shadow striker, you'll see he is perfect for that position, and he's proved that so far in this Real Madrid team. In season 1, at the age of 17, he scored 13 goals and got 9 assists. The year after, again 13 goals and 10 assists, starting pretty much every game. We've asked the assistant to play him as often as possible to give him some game time, and whilst in most cases I would normally say obviously you wouldn't play a 17-year-old for Real Madrid straight away, Canusen isn't far off that level. Whether he'd start for one of the biggest sides straight away is another question, but he could easily be a good top-level Bundesliga player right from the off, even though he's in the second division when you start your save. So he's a really good player on the lowest end of his potential, but now we're going to see just how good he can be at his maximum. Before we see him at his best though, I just want to let you guys know I do have my own channel linked in the description down below if you want to check out more FM content. Over there we do 5-year football manager rebuilds where we take over a struggling club and in the space of one 30-minute video try and change their fortunes around. And on top of that we also do YouTube shorts about Wonderkids you might not have heard of. So if you like these videos, there's a good chance you'll like those as well. So if you'd like to, please check it out after this video and I'll be massively thankful. But let's go and take a look at just how good Canusen has become. And here he is at the age of 28, playing for Real Madrid still, valued at £100 million. Really good physically, good in pretty much every area you'd want him to be, and mentally there is no real flaw in his game, and he is standout when it comes to his vision, off the ball work, and that flair that he's had right from the very start. Technically, he's got 17 technique, penalty taking, passing, finishing, long shots, free kicks. I could list everything, but really it's that dribbling, finishing and first touch that really make him stand out. He's good with both feet as well, and as a number 10, as a shadow striker, he has been phenomenal. At the age of 28, he is now one of the best players in the world, with some of the best numbers I've seen in any simulation this year, which proved when I signed him in that rebuild and thought we needed to make a video on him that I was right. He got 28 goals and 22 assists in 36 games in this particular season, and that's not even uncommon. Every year he is hitting those kind of numbers. Really is one of the best players I have seen this year. I might even be arguing in terms of his in-game performance that he could potentially be the best that I've tested in this year's game. But of course this is only him at 28, so let's see him at the end of his career to see just how much he won. And here he is at the age of 34, still a very good player, but clearly seeing his age out now. Never got the call up for Germany. If you know why, it's because Football Manager don't have the rights for the international team for Germany, and for that reason, real players can't play for the German national team. It's ended up with him getting a Spanish citizenship because he's been here for so many years, and he ended up playing for them with 12 appearances and 3 goals. So you can forget about the internationals really, but he was pretty good for Spain when called upon. For Real Madrid though, he was unbelievable. One season he hit 30 goals and 18 assists from attacking midfield. Like I say, wasn't even uncommon. Right till the very end, he's still hitting some fantastic numbers. And I don't possibly know how, considering how well he's been playing, but he has never even been in the top 3 for a Ballon d'Or. I've seen players with far worse performances than that winning a Ballon d'Or, which seems very harsh on him. But if we have a look at his milestones, he's been winning Champions League Player of the Seasons, Champions League Golden Boot, Spanish Division's Top Goal Scorer Award. Now, whilst he never won the World Player of the Year, he did win Footballer of the Year on 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions. Explain to me how that's possible and then never considered for the Ballon d'Or. I genuinely don't know. Maybe it was the fact that he wasn't playing international football, which hurt him in the end. I don't know. But either way, Canusen, a fantastic player, one of the best this year for his valuation, his ability and his potential. He is genuinely one of the best Wonderkids I've used this year. I really think you should all go out and try and sign him. So thank you for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.